All right, guys. So I have a project here that I have set in After Effects. I have a quick little title sequence here, a little title sample spiky ball thing. Kind of matches my sample project that I did in Maya for rendering. And I also have down here, I have credits sample. So here's my credits created by Mr. Fulton. There we go. Now, a couple things I want you to take note of is I have these in two different tabs here. So that's for a reason, because I want them to render out separately as two different video files. Otherwise, it's going to play title, credits, and nothing in between. I don't want those smacked right up next to each other. I want to be able to place my title where I want it to go and use my credit as a different file that I can place at the end of something when I edit in Premiere. Another thing I want you to notice is this bar right here. Typically, when you're creating something in After Effects, the default is at 30 seconds. And you can make that longer if you want to. There's composition settings that you can get into and change your change your time from 30 seconds right here, the duration, to something longer. If you're creating a composition that takes longer than 30 seconds, that's how you do it. 30 seconds is way more than enough. In fact, I need to shorten it. In a lot of cases, you're going to have to do the same thing. So with your slider right here, I'm going to go to where I want it to shorten to, which in my case is about 5 seconds. And I can see it's exactly 5 seconds by looking here. I'm going to press N as in November on my keyboard, and it brings that rendering bar all the way to here. So that's how far it's going to render. So it'll play a second of nothing, and then my animation happens and it fades in, scrolls up, fades out, and then another second of nothing. So now let's say this is ready to render. What I want to do now is, and I did the same thing here also for my title sequence. So let's start with the title sequence. File, I want to export, add to render queue. See, I have some other projects, other things already here in the render queue that I've done already. So I'm just going to minimize those. Pay no attention to those. Best, lossless is all good. Title sample, I want to make sure I'm saving this in the right place. And so I have one already there. So this is going to be title sample _1. And I'm going to save it like that. Now that I've done that, doesn't mean that it's rendered. Now I have to go over here and click render on this right here. You'll see how quickly that renders out. It makes a cute little sound, and then you can go back and check to see exactly where it's at. Title sample _1. Make sure you play it and then it plays back okay. And done. So that is my sample for this. And you can also render out your credits just to see. Here's how my credits rendered out. And that's exactly how I want it to be. So now I'm ready to take these things and my project that I've created in my other software, my animation, or whatever it might be, and I'm going to put it all together in Premiere. So that's all for now with rendering out a project in After Effects.